Very excited to talk to my next guest, friend of the program. I know he's excited because not only is it Super Bowl week coming on up and everybody's excited for the football, but this man has the fastest growing combat sport in the world. And maybe his biggest event to date's coming on up on Friday, Knucklemania on February 5th. Highlighted, of course, by the great Paige VanZant, her bare knuckle debut. The president of Bare Knuckle FC, David Feldman, joins us. David, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Hey, my man, Brendan. Always a pleasure being on with you, man. Yes, I'm pumped. I'm excited. I can't wait for next Friday night.
This has been you've talked about how excited you were that you signed Paige. Just, I guess, the level of excitement that the first event is days away. Where is that at for you? And I guess, have you been in touch with Paige? How amped is she for making her bare knuckle debut?
She's doing great. We have a lot of mainstream press coming out that she's really excited for. She's, I got some phone calls from some of the media partners, and they said, man, she is a hot ticket, man. They love interviewing her. They love everything about her. Right now, it's crazy. No one really knows what a promoter goes through. They see the finished product, they see the fight, and they're like, no big deal. And then, some people say some good things and some people say some bad things. But this is 24/7, man, especially now. This is our biggest event to date, probably the biggest bare knuckle event ever in the history. And, we have a lot riding on this, right? We need this event to be very successful. We know it's going to be sold out. We have some really great sponsor partners for this one. And now we need the viewership to match that. And I really, really think it will. All arrows are pointing towards that. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get down to Tampa next Monday and just prepare for fight week festivities.
I had a very close seat to the heat between these two. Britain Hart winning her fight in Miami, and then she had the call to Paige VanZant. Did you know that was going to go in a direction that Britain, if she would have won, she was going to do that? Because it all led to a pretty cool, confrontation of the two. Because Paige was on commentary that night in Miami, and obviously she's trained down here locally in South Florida. But it led to, I thought, a pretty cool exchange between the two.
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, it all helped for promotional. Did we know it was going to happen? No. Did we think it was going to happen? We thought something would happen, but it really depended on how that fight went. Because if Britain Hart didn't win easily like she did, and it was a war, who knows if she would have called her out like that. But Britain Hart really looked like a really improved fighter that night. She looked relaxed. She looked polished, and I think I'm excited about this fight. As a fan, I'm really excited about this fight because I think people are underestimating Paige VanZant's ability to really get in there and throw hands. And I am thinking very highly of her hands. So I think that I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm really, really looking forward to that fight. As a fan, I think you're going to get your money's worth.
Yeah, I feel like, based on just the feedback of people with Paige, thinking, oh, this poor girl who, obviously has a very successful career that's not just fighting, but that she's almost like it's almost like she's getting thrown to the slaughter here. And she has been in some very, very tough UFC fights where she's fought through a broken arm, and she's had, Crimson Mash, she's had highlight reel knockouts. And I almost feel like people think that this is almost too crazy for her, but she's been in there with some very, highly skilled athletes before. As far as the combat world is concerned. So do you sense that from her, that she's almost like, this is people think she's going to maybe do this once and then she's going to get destroyed and move on to something else?
I think that's what people think, but we have bigger plans than that. And look, win or lose, she puts on a great fight. She's coming back, and she's gonna do it again. Now let's see what her taste is for that, though, right? If she does happen to lose and it doesn't go her way, very one-sided, maybe she doesn't want to do this again. And, it takes a special person to want to do this. And that's what I just talked about. We just did our own little podcast. And that's what I just talked about on that, where how can you not take your hat off to this girl? She didn't have to do this. She's doing it to test herself. So if she's willing to get in there and test herself in this for comparable money that she would have got in some other major organizations, and she really wanted to go out on the limb, I mean, you got to take your hat off to her, right? She did fight the best in the world. Like, she fought some top contenders in the UFC. She didn't fight, girls that couldn't fight. She fought some of the best of the best, and she lost to some of the best of the best. She beat some of the good girls as well. But I'm looking forward to this because I know that she's a competitor, and she's driven, and she wants success. And I think it's all going to come out next Friday night.
I'll get back into the event in just a little bit, but I did want to ask you from a local standpoint. That night that was in Miami, we saw the fastest knockout in combat sports history. My guy Diaz, a 3-second knockout at BKFC, and he had a call out of Thiago Alves. What was the I guess the feedback of that knockout? Because it was I saw it exploded all over the internet, and I was really happy for him because I've seen that guy fight in empty auditoriums here in Miami and stuff like that. So for him to get a worldwide shine like that was really cool. And what are the plans for him? I mean, you get a knockout like that, I feel like the next one should be a big one for him.
Yeah, I like Yuli for what he does outside the ring or cage or wherever he may fight. He does a lot of public service stuff, a lot of charity stuff. So I really like him as a person, and I was equally as happy as you were to see him get that sensational knockout, the world's fastest combat sport knockout ever, 3 seconds. With that being said, he's going to fight another fight, just evenly matched kind of fight, and then we're going to step him up after the next fight. We want to, was it a fluke? I don't think it was a fluke. So we're going to see again if it was or if it wasn't. I think that Yuli has all the tools to really, really do great. I think that a clash with him and Thiago are definitely down the road, and they're actually both going to fight on the same card. We don't have the specific date yet. We're going to have that any day, but they'll both fight on the same card, and hopefully that segues into to a fight for them guys, and maybe that could even be for the 175-pound bare knuckle fighting championship.
If they do find the same card, do you anticipate that'll be down here?
Absolutely, it's definitely we're going down to Miami. It's either going to be late March or mid-April. We're just working out some kinks right now. We have our app that we launched, is the Bare Knuckle TV app, and it's doing really, really great. But we're putting a new interface in there right now, so we don't know if it's going to be ready for March or for April. We're going to know any day, and when we do, we're going to announce that date. But 100% it's going to be in Miami.
What else are you excited about with this upcoming card at Knucklemania? What else should the fans get pumped about?
I got the retirement fight for legend Chris Leben. It's his last fight he's ever going to fight, and then he's going to segue into working with the company. So that's a tremendous guy to have on the card. I mean, everybody knows Chris Leben. And then the lightweight championship, Johnny Bedford, 5-0 in bare knuckle, former UFC standout versus Dat Nguyen, big time prospect in glove professional boxing, and now 2-0 at bare knuckle fighting championship. That's probably the fight I'm looking forward to see the most. That's who knows who's going to win. I keep saying I keep flipping the coin every time. Oh, Dat, oh Johnny, I just don't know, man. It's going to be a great fight. And then we have another women's fight on the card, Carissa Sigler from California versus Taylor Starling from North Carolina. So that's going to be another great women's fight as well. And just so many up-and-coming guys that can really be the next star in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I'm looking forward to the whole card, and you can really, you can get all the information for this card, tickets or pay-per-view information at bareknuckle.tv or bkfc.com.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a great show, man. Best of luck coming up next week. I'm looking forward to watching.
Brandon, you going to make this one, or you're not going to?
I'm not going to make this one live, man. I'm definitely going to tune in and watch, so you'll catch me there. But definitely the next one in Miami, I'll be there for sure. You guys put on an awesome show. I had a great time. Awesome. I mean, it was cool. I have another one of my guys, Jake Boswick. He what was it? I want to ask you about that. That was like what was that? A sudden death thing? That was crazy. Where those guys had such a hotly contested thing, and then all of a sudden you guys are like, boom, sudden death round. I never seen anything like that. That was bananas.
So we talked about it for a while if we were going to do it with Patrick Cunningham, the commissioner of Florida, and he said, "Look, we'll do a case by case scenario." So it happened. I went into Tyler Vogel's corner. I said, "Listen, if it's a draw, because I couldn't tell him it was. If it's a draw, you want to do one more round for an extra? I forget how much money it was. I offered him extra money. He's like, I'm in. I went over to Bostic. I said, you want to do the extra round for a little extra money? He said, I'm in. So it was fantastic. We had the world's longest bare knuckle fighting championship match and the fastest knockout in combat sports history that night. It just added to everything that was there. We had like Timberland was in attendance. Some big UFC guys were in attendance. It was a great night for us in Miami, and that's why we just can't wait to come back to Miami with a stacked card. And now, hopefully, it looks like a lot bigger of attendance because it looks like things are loosening up down there a little bit.
For sure, man. Well, it was a fun show. I really, really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to come to the next one down here, and I'm sure the show in Tampa is going to be awesome too because I know how hard you worked to get Paige into the fold. I know everybody's been curious and looking forward to seeing her debut. So I think that everyone's in for a hell of a show.
Awesome, Brendan. Thanks always for the support, man. Love coming on your show. Anything you need from me, just reach out. And again, man, tune in, bkfc.com for all your information.